Hey everybody, it's your boy Big L, Dr. L. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I appreciate it. Hey, listen, do me a favor, hit that like button. I got the banners going here. Hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share, like all that kind of good stuff. All right, so this is a little bit of a different one. As you can see, my video is a little bit off, and my sound may be a little bit off. I'm in a different location, little vacation. But I wanted to get a video in to talk about some things. So I'm not going to belabor the time. We're going to jump into it. I'm going to treat this as if I was doing a live video. Yeah, so we're going to treat this just like we're doing a live video. So we're going to review some videos here. Make sure, again, you hit the like button and all that kind of good stuff. All right, here we go. Here we go. First video is up.
My girl. And I want y'all to just notice something. There's women, all eating there. Women, all eating there. And let's not forget right there too, because they're everywhere. Oh my God. I don't normally go out, but when I do, I go out with my girls, and I am seeing something, a trend. Girls are all going out with their girlfriends. There's not like one date.
Now, clearly, this is, it's an anecdotal, statement, evidence, whatever. It can't really be taken seriously. But there is something I wanted to make a point of, and that is some points that men need to live by. So I'm going to show some videos that are going to kind of relate to what this young lady was experiencing. What is going on in this particular dating market? Why aren't people dating? And I'm going to play a video by an older guy who was talking about this exact problem, why men are refusing to date. So we're going to get into it here. So this young lady is a young lady, obviously, who has taken note that there's not a lot of dating going on. She's presumably not in the date. We don't know if she's married or in a dating relationship or anything like that. This is a video I got from YouTube. But from Instagram. But I want to kind of highlight this and say, what's going on here? So we're going to show a couple more videos here to try to talk about this. So this is a brother, I've showed this before, 40-year-old guy is getting put in the friend zone. He refuses to go into it. You don't want anything romantic with me. This is his mindset. You don't want anything romantic with me, then we have nothing to talk about. So he's going to get up and leave.
I'll need to know. Thank you. I don't have time.
No, shut. Please, let me talk.
Oh, you have a good night.
No, but we can be friends. You don't want to be my friend.
I'm 40 years old. I ain't got time for that bull.
We are very
40 years old, he don't got time for the nonsense. He don't got time for the BS. This is from one of those shows, Married at First Sight or 90 Day Fiance, one of those. I don't know which one it is. But I played this clip before, but this is a brother who's saying, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. These are some points you got to live by. And I would say this about young guys too. If somebody's not going to get on your program, not going to move the way you're moving in the direction that you want to move your life into, then what are we doing here, right? So she wants a friend for what? To take out on dates, to pay for things, to help move furniture, to hang sheetrock, to take out your trash, to change your tire at 1 a.m. What are we talking about here? So this brother is holding ground, and I applaud him for that. All right, next video up, right? Building up a point here. Why men have stopped dating. All right, I wanted to play this. This is a young lady here, but I'm not going to play it because she has background music, and I tend to get demonetized a lot. So I do apologize for that. I did download it, but listen to the background music. She's got some point. Actually, you know what? I'll play it, and you can just read it. We'll do that. We'll do that. So we'll play it, and you all can just read it. So just read the screen. I'll make it a little bit larger. I can't read it. It's too small for me to read it. Otherwise, I would read it. So I apologize about that. But you guys can read it. She's given some pointers about giving I remember, she gives 10 points about dating. You know, don't go back to your ex. Don't stop paying for dates. Get somebody who's going to be on your program. You guys can read it, rewind it, and all that kind of stuff. So again, I do apologize. It's she's very emphatic. I do apologize, but I tend to get strikes and all that kind of stuff. Other people do it, so I'm not going to play any more music with any more items with music in it. I think I might have one more video here. Here's a lady. Here's a young lady. I don't think there's any music to this one.
Who gives you no peace. 10 rules.
He's only getting married truly for one reason. Because let me be honest with you women, the men can work and provide for themselves. He does not necessarily need you to cook, clean, and have sex because he can get sex from multiple women. They're giving it out. A lot of them can cook and clean. Their mother taught them, or they can pay someone to get it.
All right, she's got music too. You guys can just read this here. I tend to get strikes. I apologize for that. So, but essentially what this young lady is saying is that men really want love, companionship, right? This whole idea that men only want one thing, just sex, that's not true. And she's emphasizing that the men can get it from other places at other times. You know, the ladies, in her opinion, are giving it out, giving it up for free without any commitment requirements. But what he really wants is love, affection, attention, and all that. So get over this idea that men just want one thing, and we can only think without small brains and all that, smaller head, I should say. So that's that. So those are some videos to try to get into what I wanted to talk about, or get into the videos that I want to kind of review here. And we're going to get into, and I have not watched this one. This one is going to be a blind. This one is going to be a blind reaction to a brother who was a friend of Kevin Samuels, and his name is the Style OG. So shout out to you, Style OG. And we're gonna. This is blind reaction. I have not heard what he had to say, so let's get into it.
Opinion, getting older is a blessing, but only if you do it right. Now, some guys, they let age slow them down, but the sharp ones, they keep leveling up. That's because with age comes wisdom, but only if you're willing to hear some brutal truth. That's why in today's video, I'm going to break down 10 brutal truths all of us older men need to hear. No sugarcoating, no fluff, just some real talk to help you stay sharp, confident, and keep winning that life. Now, if you're new here, welcome, Jeff, your Style OG. On this channel, we discuss various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. If any or all those topics interest you, I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Alton Jermaine, salute. Now, first up on the list of 10 brutal truths every older guy needs to hear, this one is one of the realest ones on the list. You're going to have to face the fact the world doesn't owe you anything. Now, here's the problem. A lot of older guys think that the world should just hand them a reward just because they show up. But let me be the first one to
so the world doesn't owe you anything. No argument there, particularly as brothers. I mean, I think we figured that out a long time ago.
tell you, you're not 6 years old, you're not playing T-ball, you're not going to get a participation trophy. We all need to face the facts that nobody cares about your past struggles, missed opportunities, or what you feel like you deserve. A lot of us sit around complaining, hoping for a handout. But the successful man, he takes control, he adapts, and he makes things happen. Here's the thing. Success, respect, and opportunities, these are things you earn, not something somebody's just going to give you. And the second you accept this brutal truth, you'll start winning. So stay focused, stay disciplined, stay hungry, and keep leveling up. Because the winners, they go get it. They don't wait for anything. Now, next up on the list is something I've noticed more and more as I've gotten older. Time moves faster than you think. When you're in your 20s, you think you have all the time in the world. But as you get older, the next thing you notice, decades have gone by. The ones who get left behind in life, they waste time on distractions, procrastination, and just let life pass them by. But the successful, they set goals, move with urgency, and take action.
All right, so I definitely agree with that. I mean, time is going by. You can't wait to be
older.
You can't wait to be 18. You can't wait to turn 21. And after that, maybe 25. and then it's all downhill, but it keeps going, you know. So you got to keep making the moves.
Can't rewind the clock, but we can make every moment count. And here's one of the key things I want you to take from this point. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is right now. So stay sharp, stay intentional, and keep growing, because time waits for no man, and neither should you. Now, next up is a brutal truth we need to hear as we get older, that a lot of us, we kind of let this one slip, and we wind up learning the hard way, myself included. You have to realize your health is your responsibility.
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you right now that, you know, I was starting my health journey after I had some issues, still on it, and I'm enjoying it. A little frustrating at times, had some setbacks, things along those lines. I think I should be a lot farther along, but you got to keep going. You got to keep going about it. So if you're not in the gym, if you're not eating right, more fruit, more vegetables, less fried foods, you're not doing all that, you're really hindering yourself.
When we're younger, we can get away with bad eating habits, not working out, poor quality sleep, because the consequences don't show up right away. But as we get older, boy, do they show up. A lot of us, as we get older, ignore warning signs, make excuses, and just let ourselves go. But the wise ones, they take charge of their health, working out, eating right, and prioritizing recovery. Nobody's coming to save you, especially when it comes to your own health. So stay sharp, stay focused, stay disciplined, and stay active. Take care of your body now. Your older and older self will thank you. Unfortunately, a lot of us will regret it if we don't later. You have to keep in mind, health is one of your most valuable assets. Protect it as such. Now, a harsh truth we're all gonna have to face as we get older is one of the first signs of aging will be on your face. That's why it's very important to have a skincare routine. And why I'm super excited that today's video sponsor is Tiege Hanna.
Okay, so he's gonna push his stuff there, which he has every right to do.
A few minutes in the morning, and looking young, healthy, and fresh, you're confident. For us OGs, I recommend the level 2 of facial scrub. Even easier to incorporate for the last 6 years, and I couldn't be happier with my results. But don't take he has an amazing nail kit that's valued at $24. This is a brutal truth that's near and dear to my heart, with this being a Style OG channel and all. One of the things you have to take into account, dressing well as an older guy isn't an option. It's a necessity. You see, when we're younger, we can get away with chasing trends, sloppy fits, and just throwing anything on. But as you get older, not so much. You see, dressing well is often what separates the men from the boys.
Well, that's definitely true, particularly if you're in the corporate world. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm living life, the retired life. So you know, impressing everyone isn't always on my radar. I will say that I need to dress up sometimes when I go to court. So I do some work for lawyers and all that. So yeah, so you got to have that I would say that balance and all that. But yeah, but if you're in the corporate world, you got to take care of yourself, head to toe, fingernails clipped, facial scrubs, hair trimmed, whatever all that means. You know, nice fitting suit, all that kind of stuff, right?
As we get older, we have to realize the first thing people judge about you is how you present yourself. And what do they see first? Your personal style. Those that get left behind think style doesn't matter. And they wonder why they get overlooked and command less respect. Mature man realizes that dressing well isn't about vanity. It's about confidence, discipline, and self-respect. Well-dressed man, he moves different, commands attention, and makes an impression without saying a word. Now, next up, in my opinion, without a doubt, is one of the most important brutal truths on today's video. Weak men avoid accountability, strong men own it. In fact, I believe this is what separates weak men from strong men. You see, the less successful, they blame others, make excuses, and run away from consequences. So
there we go. So I don't like taking all people's content, and I want to get to the main point. So he's got those 5 truths about eating right, taking responsibility, no one's coming to save you, get quality sleep, dressing well, taking care of your health, and being confident. So those are definitely things that we all need to live by on our everyday, day-to-day grind. So shout out to you, OG. I really appreciate those. And if you want to hear the rest of those, the 10 brutal truths from an OG, a mature man who's dressing well, looking good, look like he's in shape, taking care of himself, you need all to go over there to his channel, give him a like, watch the rest of the video, the other 5 points he's going to drop. I want to get to my main point here about why older men are getting out of the dating scene, the dating markets, right? So I saw BGS Ibmore do a reaction to this, and I wanted to jump in here, chime in on it as well, and really kind of talk about, you know, what we're seeing in here. Now, remember the first couple of videos, the lady was saying that there's an issue out here. Another sister was saying that what men are looking for, right? Those pre-warm-up videos, as I refer to them as, they're essential, right? So what's going on out here in the dating market here? So here's a brother who's trying to understand this, and he's trying to drop some wisdom about, you know, his thoughts about what's going on out here in the dating market. Brother, I just found out, what's his name here? Darwin McPherson, good strong bass, Darwin McPherson. So we're going to play his video here. We'll speed it up a little bit. And it's 18 reasons why older men are staying single. And, we're all saying, even I watched a couple of videos today talking, and the ladies are saying that the dating market is trash for them as well. So, this is things we're dealing with here. So we're looking at the same dating market and have vastly different opinions about what's going on. The women are saying that the men are no good, and the men are saying that the women are no good. So here we are. We'll jump into it here. Myself, the center of attention on here. All right, Darwin McPherson, here you go.
You want to know why men over 40 are staying single? I'll tell you why. Because society raised women to be wives to careers, not husbands. And now the men who were once overlooked are watching rebellion unfold and choosing peace over chaos. These ain't excuses.
Let me rewind that here. Because if you're wives to businesses and careers, this is his opinion. I'm not saying it's true or false. I'm not saying anything like that. But Auntie Anita, will try to. I don't know if I can put a thumbnail in this. I'll see if I can do that. Anyway, I'm going to do a reaction to a video that she did talking about this very exact thing.
Women to be wives to careers, not husbands. And now the men who were once overlooked are watching rebellion unfold and choosing peace over chaos. These ain't excuses. These are the raw, unfiltered reasons men are walking away from modern women, and many of them don't plan on looking back. You better watch this all the way through or keep wondering why that good man ain't calling you back. Let's set the record straight. This ain't about men being bitter. This ain't about men being weak. This is about men getting wise, men getting structure, and men finally realizing what marriage has turned into and what it costs when you choose a woman who ain't built for submission, peace, or purpose. And if you're one of those women thinking, well, maybe he just can't handle a strong woman, sit tight. You're about to find out he didn't lose interest. He gained clarity. First reason, divorce destroys a man's life. Older men have seen it too many times. Good men getting gutted in court. He loses his house, he loses his pension, his legacy, and she walks away with half his world for bringing nothing but attitude to the table. Why would any man jump into a legal system designed to reward rebellion and punish masculinity? Reason number two.
So, I keep going back and forth about this, and there's, I got to look into the numbers take a deeper dive into the numbers about how many people actually lose their shirts or how many people have to pay alimony. And it's not just about paying alimony, but if you have to sell your house and give up half, you have to give up half your pension. So some people give up half their pension or their full pension just to avoid paying alimony. So the alimony numbers, I'm not buying those that everybody doesn't lose all their shirt and alimony or all that. I'm just not buying it because there's other things. And also remember, he breezed through this. Well, of course I haven't played on the faster speed, but he breezed through this about legacy. I mean, if you got married and got into a relationship to be a dad, and now you to be dad, or now you are a father, you take that responsibility seriously, then who wants to lose your legacy and access to your kid? That was a huge mental block for me. I didn't want to be a weekend dad every other weekend, or see my kid 3, 4, 5 times a month out of the 31 days. I didn't want to live like that. So this is what he's talking about when he's talking about legacy. Nobody wants to lose that, right? So that's the first reason.
There ain't no wives left. Just women with Wi-Fi and wigs. Let's be real.
Jeez. Wi-Fi and wigs. So listen, I've gone down this road. I'm not going down anymore. Here's another brother saying it, Wi-Fi and wigs.
Men aren't seeing helpmeets anymore. They're seeing overweight, masculine, overly opinionated, sexually entitled women with teenage kids and zero submission. You think a 45-year-old man who's built structure wants to babysit dysfunction? No. He's dodging destruction, not avoiding love. Reason number 3, peace over problems. Every time. Men are realizing something dangerous to the modern women. Their peace is more valuable than your presence. Why invite drama into a house that's already quiet, clean, and under control? A real man doesn't chase chaos just because he's lonely. Reason number 4, most of y'all.
So he's kind of breezing through these. So listen, your peace. I saw, speaking of peace and money with alimony and all that, I saw a video and I didn't hit the record button, but it was something like men save money when they're not in relationships. It seems so obvious, right? When you sit there and think about it. Men save money when they're not in relationships. Women save money when they're in relationships. So if you're looking about your money and about your peace and about your happiness, listen, this is what's going on here, right? So they're talking about their peace, their happiness. They're not chasing chaos, confusion. They don't, they got a nice. We're talking about men, successful well-to-do, and I'm talking about just middle-class men. You're a middle-class man, maybe wherever you live, you got a house, an apartment, don't even have to, or an apartment, a car, a mode of transportation, whatever. You know, it don't have to be some super, 2025 vehicle, right? You got something that you can get from point A to point B. You can take yourself out every now and then. You got your hobbies. You enjoying life. You got a job that's paying your bills, and you're able to sufficiently live on your own. I mean, why are you going to invite chaos into your life? And this is what the man is saying. Why are you going to invite chaos in your life? And if you're doing all that, and by the way, the video that I mentioned where it was these ladies saying this about women saving money when they are in relationships and men spending money when they're in relationships. So a man who's making a few coins, got his thing going on, saving his money, maybe he don't want to, take you out on dates, but then at the same time, bring chaos into his life. So listen, it goes both ways, but we're honing and focusing on the men. Men are saying that, listen, I have a peaceful life. I got my apartment. I got my dog. I got my video games. I got my peace. I got my sanity. Why am I going to invite you into my life? And if you don't bring peace, comfort, loyalty, humor, a good atmosphere, good vibes, he's going to keep it pushing. He's going to keep it pushing.
Y'all ain't wives. You're just performing until you get to the altar. Men are waking up to the bait and switch. You cook during the dating phase, smile during engagement, and once the ring landed, you turn into his opposition, not his support. Older men now see it coming from a mile away, and they're choosing out before they get dragged in. Reason number 5, masculinity is now considered a threat. We live in a culture where structure, headship, and strength are labeled toxic. So older men ask.
Think about Anthony Mackie, when people are still talking about that statement that he made about how he raises his sons. And this is such an issue. I just watched, I was thinking about doing it about Gabrielle Union's husband, Dwayne Wade, who was on the Jenna show, Jenna Bush, whatever her name is. I don't mean that pejoratively. And it's my contention. It's my contention that Jenna was not digging that. You say what you want politically about George Bush, but the man was a man. The man was a man. And if you slow down and look at the reactions of Jenna Bush as she's talking to Dwayne Wade, I'm telling you, she was repulsed. I don't talk a lot about this, but I've done some work with, obviously being a police officer, you have to read people and take some classes and all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, if you look at that interview with Jenna on Dwayne Wade on Jenna's Bush show, Pink Book Lessons did a breakdown of it with his Merce. Masculinity is under attack. It's under attack. And listen, I've said it before. Let me say it again. You can be whoever you want to be, and that's fine. But some of us want to be masculine men, and we don't want to be attacked for who we are.
Why step into a system that demonizes everything you stand for and then expects you to pay for dinner too? Reason number 6, women compete more than they cooperate. I'm gonna say it again. Women compete more than they cooperate. Men
I don't know about this one, but this is his opinion.
Want to debate every decision in their home. They don't want to fight for respect from a woman who thinks submission is oppression. If a woman can't follow, she don't belong in a marriage. She belongs in corporate America, not your house. Reason number 7, the feminized marriage model failed. The happy wife, happy life formula? Yeah, that turned into miserable husband, maxed out credit card, and zero intimacy. Older men are rejecting this emotional dictatorship disguised as a relationship. Reason number...
There's been some research about what he's talking about, this quote unquote 50-50 relationship, particularly when women are the breadwinners and that type of thing. And a lot of women are now saying they don't want it. They want to go back to soft girl era. Speaking of Dwayne Wade, speaking of Gabrielle Union, now she wants to go to a soft girl era. A lot of ladies they want a man who is a breadwinner, protector, and provider. This is what they want. Stop trying to sell us other things. This is what they want. This is what they want. So this idea of all this other stuff, they're rejecting it wholesale. Again, look at Jenna Bush's face as she's talking to Dwayne Wade. Every time they put the camera on her, but microaggressions on their face all reveal disgust. They all reveal disgust.
Number 8, their value finally caught up with their age. Most women peak in attention by 25. Most men peak in value by 45.
Yeah, I really wish that people would get off of this, but whatever. I mean, this is his opinion.
Now, older men are finally being respected for what they bring, not just what they can buy. They're not desperate. They're discerning. Reason number 9, older men want purpose, not pretty problems. They don't want to fling. They want alignment. They're not interested in another Instagram model with attitude. They're looking for a wife who builds legacy.
I definitely agree with that. That's definitely true. If you're older, I'll call it 38 and up, definitely 40 and up, but I would say 38. That's when I kind of really had a kind of light switch go on. You want something different in life. You really want something different. You want something substantive. Remember the other videos, the warm-up videos I played. That's what the lady's saying. They want something more than just candy. Yes, candy on their arm is great, but the inside is starting to matter more.
Not a woman who wants to match energies. Reason number 10, high standards or no standards at all. Older men don't need company. They need cooperation. And if a woman can't match his vision, values, and order, he'd rather keep his house clean, his spirit quiet, and his wallet closed. Reason number 11, he's experienced more peace without a woman. I'm going to say that again. Older men have experienced more peace without a woman. This
might be hard to hear, but there's a lot of peace. There's a lot of peace and quiet. You know, guys, this whole quote unquote loneliness epidemic that people are trying to instill on men, you know, a lot of us are not buying it. A lot of us are not buying it, you know. So we are living our lives. We're enjoying our peace and quiet. So we're not buying this.
It hurts, but it's real. Most men have experienced more peace being single than they ever had in a relationship. No drama, no arguing, no ego wars. And once a man takes that kind of quiet, he stopped chasing noise. Reason number 12.
I gotta say something about this ego. I've never dealt with that kind of thing, ego kind of stuff, right? And I guess maybe because I just wouldn't tolerate it, you know. Okay, I just see that our spirits aren't aligning, we're not clicking, we're not vibing, we're not on the same frequency, vibration, however people want to say it. I've never had that. And if I've ever dealt with that, this ain't gonna work, you know. I'm not doing this. I'm in competition with you type of thing. I'm not doing that. So, you know, but this is something I hear. So I'm assuming that many men out there are dealing with this type of energy. It's too bad. Too bad.
Wisdom comes with wrinkles. Older men ain't simping anymore. They've been through it. Lied to, used, manipulated. Now they don't waste time. They test first, trust later, and never negotiate headship again.
Yeah. So that's probably where I'm at. Listen, I think a lot of young dudes are catching up to this. And if you're a younger guy, if you're watching this, you're probably catching up too. Like, you know, juice, quote unquote, is not worth the squeeze. Or at least that is the saying. So, you know, these are some of the issues that men are going through and dealing with. And if you're dealing with this type of thing, you know, I hope that you're wising up at a young age so you can understand you have options and you don't have to deal with that. Particularly if you are on your game, on your grind, making things happen, making moves, you don't have to deal with any of this kind of foolishness.
Reason number 13, the dancing monkey phase is over. He used to dress up, say the right things, and play Mr. Romantic just to impress a woman who wasn't even a wife. Not anymore. Now he leads. And if she can't follow, he exits. No performance, just purpose.
Yeah, that's definitely true. You kind of, particularly as an older man, you kind of understand the game, if you will, and you're not going to deal with that. You're not going to, you know, this shower with gifts and just like the 40-year-old brother that I showed before, right? Listen, you either on my program or you're not. Right? Get up and leave. You don't sit there and talk. We're not going to hash it out. We're not going to have a conversation or argument. We're not dealing with any of that. It's either my way or the highway. So, you know, shout out to the men who have come into their own, and I hope that younger men will come into their own as well.
Reason 14, the dating pool is spiritual poison. Tinder, Instagram, DMs, fake femininity, softcore porn disguised as selfies. Older men are done swimming in a cesspool and calling it dating. They're looking for a suitable wife, not clicks, submission, not selfies. Reason number 15, loss of sex drive, or they just avoiding intimacy altogether. Some men stay single because they lost the desire for sex or see no use for it anymore. And while that might seem like peace,
well, there may be some truth to that, but also, yeah, certainly the drive isn't there particularly as strong. But you just don't see it to be worth it. What do I mean by that? The amount of emotional labor, the amount of money you have to sacrifice, the amount of time. I mean, you could be building an empire, you could be making moves, you could be doing so many other things, but you're chasing around someone who's, at the end of the day, you may not deem to be worth it anymore. So you're making different decisions. So, and if there's certain things that are going on chemically, physically, that are not correct, you got to work on those, obviously.
On the surface, let's call it what it is. It's spiritual decay disguised as maturity. If a man is no longer interested in physical intimacy with his wife, he's not healthy. He's disconnected from purpose. Sex within a marriage isn't just pleasure. It's covenantal reinforcement. So while this may be a reason, it's also a warning. You might want to go get that fixed. Reason 16, desire for freedom without accountability. Let's not lie. Some men want freedom, not structure. They don't want to lead a wife, raise children, or build anything that requires discipline. And while it may feel logical to avoid responsibility, in my book, that's rebellion from your divine purpose. Freedom without leadership is chaos.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know.
If you're running from being the head of a household, you're not avoiding bondage. You're
yeah, okay. Yeah. Nobody's running from anything, man. We laid out the first 14, 15 points that you said that, we looked at the dating, men have looked at the dating market and said, all this stuff that I got to do, my money, my time, my energy, as Coach Greg Adams says, protect my meat, my money, my energy, my attention, my time, all this type of stuff I've looked at, analyzed, and I said it's not worth it. So this whole headship thing, if I got to fight and if a man feels as if he has to fight and buck up and be stronger than in constant competition within his own home, he's not, or he's going to choose peace. Which one? So I'm not buying this.
Avoiding maturity. Reason number 17, fear of emotional vulnerability. A lot of men avoid relationships not because of bad women, but because they don't want to feel, reveal, or heal.
There may be some truth to that. However, they've been through it and they don't want that anymore. Same thing we've been saying this whole time. They've been through all that and they don't want to deal with that anymore. So, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
They've been hurt, so they just stay cold. A man who can't lead emotionally will either become a tyrant or a coward. You don't escape betrayal.
Why you gotta be a coward just because you don't choose not to engage anymore? I mean, come on, man.
By shutting down. You escape by building with discernment. Reason number 18, and this is actually the final reason. Thanks for watching. Make sure y'all like this video. Reason number 18, some just don't want to lead at all. And let's be brutally honest. Some older men aren't staying single because of women. No, they're staying single because they're lazy, disobedient, and refuse to carry weight.
I don't know about all this. Disobedient. Listen, some people, particularly for older men, have deemed the Jews not to be worth the squeeze, and they just don't want to go out there and deal with all that. So you call them lazy, cowards, whatever you call them, whatever you want, but they just don't deem it to be worth it anymore. They've been hurt, they've been burned, they've been through the divorce courts, they've been through child support court, they've been scammed, they've been lied to, they've had pregnancy scares, they've had all the whatever's life is thrown at them. They're still here. Again, we're talking about successful men, and they're saying, I'm good, right? I got to, as you laid out, we got to wade through this water of turmoil and sharks and the cesspool or whatever poison pool, all the stuff that you said, and now we're just lazy, or the guys who choose not to do this anymore are just lazy and cowards. Okay, brother. All right, well, that's his point. So let me know your thoughts, your opinions. Go over to the rest of his video, check it out. I just want to drop this real quick. I do have some thoughts I'm going to do. I'm going to sit outside of where I'm at and do some videos. I'm on vacation for a little bit, but I wanted to break this down. Shout out to the brother here. I'll go over to his channel. What's his name again? Darwin McPherson. Shout out to Style OG. And to other videos that I put out there. Thank you so much for your commentary. And that's it, you know. So let me know your thoughts, your opinions. Hit me in the comment section. Let's keep the conversation going. Hit the like button. Hit the like and subscribe button. Much love and peace.